hate puppies.
It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
I was at an ATM this past week, and I don't necessarily like when people are crowding me around a fucking ATM any damn way. Like, unless there's a line, like, why are you crowding me?
Yeah.
Like, I never been a huge fan of that. And I'm taking out some money, and there's this woman like
At the
chirping.
ATM?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm gonna tell this story slow. just gonna leave pauses for interjections.
Actually, there probably are listeners like, what the fuck's an ATM?
Yeah.
Actually, with our listeners, you're probably right.
I'm going to Google that shit and figure it out for this episode.
Those that print out the show on the ticker tape and just read it.
Right.
No, so like I'm getting some money out of the ATM, and as soon as I turn around, there's this woman. She's holding like a bag of Funyuns and some other shit, and she starts right in like, sir, can you help me?
Oh, one of those.
And
Eat
I'm like,
some Funyuns?
Yeah.
and these people, I don't know if you guys get hit up with them all the time.
Oh,
There's
I do.
always motherfuckers in parking lots.
I don't go to
gas
ATMs.
stations are the dead giveaway.
Gas stations
Yeah.
walking around going, can I get some money for some gas? I need to get back to Charlotte.
Oh, the old story. Got my family.
Yep.
I got
car
my
broke
family
down.
and and if I could just
I
just
got
get some-
these Funyuns.
yeah. Like,
Can't put those in the tank.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And they're like,
Is that fucking Doc Brown DeLorean?
Yeah.
That shit. I seen it run off that ship.
so I'm fucking sitting. She's hitting me up, sir. As I'm saying that, and I'm like, I'm like, yes.
Are you solo or with the fam?
I'm solo, and I have a babysitter that is just pulled up to the house. I'm supposed to have date night with the wife.
Yeah.
And we have to be on the road at 6. It's 5:50, and I'm getting money out of an ATM and dog food so the dog don't die. Because despite all the sounds you hear in the background, I want him to live. He's definitely...
Father Time says otherwise.
Actually, he's not even in his normal spot. It's not a good look down there. He may be dead.
down here.
We'll discuss elsewhere another time. But so
Here you go.
I'm having to get home. I don't have a lot of time for shenanigans. And I'm like, hey, I take my money out. Sir,
What are we talking, like 45-year-old, Funyuned out, wife beater?
Yeah, oftentimes there's a grizzled aspect to these
Yeah.
people that makes it difficult to determine age.
Could be 28.
Yeah,
Could
so
be-
we'll say 45 to 50.
Yeah.
We'll kind of just put it in that ballpark.
Timepiece.
And smoking.
Get them digits.
Yeah. So she said, sir, I said, oh, yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah.
So she's like, sir, I need
I
your
got
help.
these cheeseburgers.
It's the worst, too, because it's like, I just got money.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, sorry. You know me, I'm a credit card guy.
Exactly.
I would have given you $40, but I'm fresh out.
And that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, fuck. She knows I've got cash because I just took out $150. And I'm
that-
like, scoop.
But does she know she has hit the mark? I mean, she has the greatest mark.
Yes,
This guy,
for sure. She does.
This guy hands out cash. I mean, that's
Yeah.
one of his favorite things to do.
Like sips of water.
yeah.
That's actually, I was getting cash because I knew that the night was ahead of me. The drinking was going to
Yeah,
occur.
you got to tip the babysitter
Yeah.
55%.
Exactly.
I got to tip the babysitter. I got to tip the Uber guys. I got to tip the Lyft guys.
the bartenders.
I actually did go home and Lyft that night. Long story, but it cost, again, half as much
Gas
as the
station
Ubers.
attendant.
That's right.
Got to tip them all.
Tipping
Lyft.
everybody.
Yeah.
This part of the episode brought to you by Lyft.
Hey, I just self-served, but I still want to slip you a buck.
Yeah.
Thanks
Just
so
for
much.
being you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for owning a shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I get
I'm a show guy.
Shell and Bud.
I've been
And so-
thinking, too. There was shells in Chicago growing up. I used to
Oh,
go to
yeah,
all the
that's
time.
right.
They had the best candy.
Dicka did a Shell commercial, and ever since then, I just
I
knew
knew
I
it.
knew I was
Yeah,
a
I
Shell
can't believe I hadn't
guy.
thought of this
I know,
before.
but it makes sense that now I thought of it.
Yeah.
Because it's been in my DNA
The whole time.
the whole time.
I see him on the highway, like, yelling at the wife. We only go to Shells. I don't care if we run out of gas.
It's pasty.
Yeah,
like Kramer.
exactly. Yeah. Right.
Only a Shell.
Only a Shell.
Toronto or bust,
Man, that was mobile,
I
and
know.
that my loyalties do lie with mobile.
for sure.
But so
Like, it doesn't matter what you talk about. He has a loyalty.
does. Yeah.
Tampax all the way.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Mobiles were
I'm
in
a
Arizona.
Playtex guy.
You are.
Yeah. That, can't beat that comfort.
It holds so much blue liquid.
That's right. Yeah. Forms, contours.
Hey, come on, don't be stupid. Plus, even the sport size is super absorbent.
Right.
You don't just find that. Tampax can't do that.
Yeah.
They can't duplicate it.
I mean, you
But
don't
you know
even know
why
you're wearing them.
But
No.
you know why that's the case, right? They
Does
they
the
use
clerk look-
beechwood.
does the
They
clerk
use
look-
beechwood in the Playtex.
Clerk looks at me when I buy jumbos all the time.
Yeah.
though.
Heavy flow day.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Weren't you telling a story?
I don't know.
Wrap this thing up already.
For real.
It's not even a good story. And now
It's
you
not?
fuckers know, but we're here
You're
now.
being accosted by a dime and a wife beater. Right after
That's
you
how I
got some
remember
money
with
out
her
of the ATM.
Funyuns. Yes. And
She
so
was she munching the Funyuns in the midst? Please tell me yes.
That would
They
be
had
great.
been opened,
Yeah.
but she wasn't actively
Took a
eating.
break.
If she was like asking
Just-
you
yeah,
in
just
the middle
feeding.
of choose, that would have been the best.
Sir, I haven't eaten in 3 days.
Exactly.
While the roof of her mouth is just getting mauled
Yeah.
up.
Right.
So she she says, "Sir, I need to get to Forest Hill," which is new to me because typically
Where
they're
are
like-
you? I forget. Did you say
They're
where
like,
you were?
well, and to give anyone reference, she was asking to get about 10 minutes from where I was.
Right.
at
Oh, you
that
were
time.
here.
Yeah.
You weren't far
so,
from here.
So
Okay.
she says, "Sir, I need to get to Forest Hill," and she's starting in on her story. And I'm thinking to myself, not an ask for money. There's
Yeah.
actually a need here.
Right.
And in
That's
my
not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the ask for money is just right around the corner.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a pitch, right?
I would assume.
I mean, if I'm selling a movie, I don't walk in and go, I need money. I'm
Well, so here's the first question, okay? So she says, "I need a ride." And the ride is literally 10 minutes down the road. She doesn't look like a totally methed out person.
Yeah, I mean, she's eating Funyuns.
And she's like, she's obviously stoned. But she's like, "I need to get to
it's a
Forest Hill."
Funyuns, man.
It's a
Right.
Funyuns, man. So she needs to get 10 minutes away.
This
And I'm like,
horse is a diabetic.
butter stuff.
Just some Funyuns and some pizza and some.
Some of the shit we used to see back in
Yeah.
the day.
Oh, pussy.
What was that
Now
called?
you guys got me going down these tangents.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right.
You're
have
not a
you
fish.
have you ever given a ride to someone in those kind of situations? Have you ever been like, you know what? I don't have anywhere to be. That's 5-10 minutes from here. I can make this happen for you.
I did give a ride once to a dude at a gas station. And
Did he make with the head?
immediately, and I gave him a ride. It wasn't 2 or 3 miles down the road. And as soon as he got in the car and I started driving, I immediately regretted it and couldn't get the dude
Why is
out.
that?
It was a beautiful day. I had the top down on my Suzuki Sidekick.
Not 6 minutes, Ab. 7.
Yeah.
I felt like it
Can't
was.
get your heart going.
I felt good. And as soon as he got in the car, he started asking for more. He wanted to go further than
Oh,
what he had
really?
told me. And I was like, okay,
Oh, here we go.
you got to get out.
Yeah.
And my spidey sense was tingling, and I was like, I'm going to end up fist fighting this motherfucker.
That's right.
Well, and that was
And I was young.
Taking
I mean,
his
I was
virginity.
really young, yeah.
honestly, when she started asking, I was thinking to myself, if I wasn't in such a rush, I might give this.
Really?
I mean, it just in my head. This is like, as the wheels are turning. Like if you weren't in such a rush, she doesn't look like she's a threat. She's obviously needs some help. And then the other side of my brain is like, this is like every other asshole that every time you're in a parking lot gives you some sob story
Yeah.
that I need $5 to get to the bus station to get to my family.
Because we've all heard that story.
Oh, yeah. The worst is when they say, I need money for gas. And I have actually said to a guy, all right, well, where's your car? I'll tell you what, I'll put 10 in the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've said that. And he's like, well, it's not here. And I was like, you just said you're trying to get gas. You're
Yeah.
at a gas station.
Which
he's
car's
like-
yours? I'm
That
looking
was it.
around.
Yeah.
I was like, which car's yours? I'll be gladly fill it up. And then they get mad at me.
Right.
Like, fuck you. I don't want your gas. I want your money. And I'm like, whoa. The whole story
Yeah.
just changed. And I feel like I get crushed by these people all the time.
Yeah.
And I've become very hardened. Like, they can all go fuck themselves. But for whatever reason, this woman, I was like, I wish I could give her a ride. And she's like, can you give me a ride? It's just down the road. I just need to get over there. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm so sorry. Like, I literally have to be home in 10 minutes to leave to get my wife out to dinner, and the babysitter's waiting. I was like,
People will be looking for me if I don't show up.
Yeah.
Well, I was just like,
Before you get all
I was
stabby.
trying to like explain it to her. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't have the time to pull it off. I wish you the best of luck. Like, I hope this all works out. And I was very polite with her. And then I turn around and I start walking away, and then she just starts following me, chirping in my ear, you know, and like
So all she wanted was a ride. No money. Nothing could make it
she
better.
never
other than the
got
ride.
to the money part, and I was like, I got to turn around before I get to the money part. Like, I don't want to get to that part because there's no denying that I have a pocket full of cash because this ATM sits in the middle of a parking lot. It's just like a hot
You were being set up. You get that though for like a mugging
something, yeah,
for sure.
something.
I mean, she watched you get money out of the ATM. She knew you had money in your pocket. That's what she was setting.
And then
you up
approached
for.
me. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
as
very.
you got in the car and she got in, somebody else probably would have jumped in.
No, it would have
with
been
you.
wherever she.
Joke's
took
on
you.
her. It was a Miata. There's not room for another motherfucker.
Wherever you would have taken her is where it would have happened.
Yeah, it comes out and she's like texting, like, got him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably
He's got
absolutely
150
right.
I'm definitely right. $150. That's why she was trolling the ATM.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense because she
Yeah.
just popped out from behind a car.
Yeah.
And
Like-
she probably already knows why I asked for $20 when I could take 100 or whatever that person has.
Yeah.
This is a very good point. And like my brain never even got there because I was like, I don't have time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I just don't have time. I can't even do this. I'm a dead man if I don't get home.
Right.
Never occurred to me a dead man if I go.
Exactly.
So I'm like, nah, I gotta go. I was like, I'm so sorry, but date night, I gotta get the wife downtown to this dinner reservation. I was like, so sorry. Start walking away, and she's behind me chirping in my ear, and then she just snaps on me, and she's just like, you fucking self-centered sack of shit. All you care about is your fucking self. Don't even try to help. And I'm like, whoa, like this just took a turn. And I'm just like walking back to my car while she's just walking behind me, just fucking screaming at me.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, that escalated very quickly.
That's awesome because then you're more likely to turn back around and say, yes, ma'am,
That's
please
right.
jump in.
Yeah.
But at that point, like I refused to even turn around and make eye
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Before
Like
you
I'm
get
like
shivved.
like hot footing it to the Miata. It's got a 50-pound bag of dog food and shotgun and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like bolted out of there, and I was like, these motherfuckers are everywhere. And this one didn't even make my spidey sense go off at all for
Still-
some reason.
And you still got the short end.
Yeah, then I got reamed out,
Like,
and
is,
then
is she chirping the whole time you're leaving and everything?
by the time I got to the car, she stopped chirping.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Yeah.
She probably was like, "Oh, Miata, he doesn't have any money."
That's right.
But
I better stop before his hairdresser boyfriend kicks my ass.
Right.
you're like, "Oh shit, there's probably two men." This isn't good. But it just
Yeah. She calls her boyfriend. He's like, I got him. Where's the other guy? You said he's in a Miata, right? There's another guy.
be careful, dude.
Right.
Just have him drop you off the corner. This one's not worth it.
Right. Yeah.
This will be a hate crime if I kill him.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, but it just blows my mind, those people, because I see these scams constantly. And this one, honestly, it didn't jump out at me. Like, I knew I didn't want to be
my
any
whole
part
thing
of
is
it,
like, run your scam, but if it doesn't bite, just move
Be gone.
along. Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
well, that's what kind of upset me about it. It wasn't like, but I was just like, why the fuck are you going to chew me out and
Yeah.
scream at me? Like, because I didn't give you a ride. You tried to inconvenience my day, take my money.
worst case
I'm the
scenario is,
self-centered
like,
sack of shit.
your next scam sees this shit go down. So
Yeah.
you're out on that one.
Yeah, because now she's
Yeah.
just the fucking crazy bitch with Funyuns.
Yeah.
Staggering around
hollering
the parking
across
lot.
the parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah, screaming at a motherfucker.
Right.
Well, I guess it's silly of me to assume she's put any thought into any of this.
Zero.
No, it just. But I just find it
Because I have
interesting.
bought the guy, like, I've had the people approach me at the gas station and be like, I want a beer. And I'm like, fucking, let's go in here and pick a goddamn beer out, son.
Right.
Let's do this. I can do that. Like,
Yeah.
but like,
And I'm always willing to go buy whatever it is they want. I just don't want to give you money.
my wife tried to give somebody like leftovers after a restaurant one night and basically was told to fuck off. They want fucking money.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
what
like,
happened to me the first time I
Yeah.
was in New York as like a younger kid. I felt really bad because this guy had been standing outside the sign outside of a McDonald's, and he's got a sign that says
Hungry.
need money for food.
Yeah.
Hungry. And I'm like, well, he's posted up at McDonald's. And I had this girl with me, and I was like, I wanted to be like kind of impress her, you know? So I bought an extra cheeseburger. 79 cents, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it was at the time.
Yeah.
And I came out and I was like, hey, man, I got you. And he was like, I don't want your fucking food. I want your money. And he cursed me out in front of the girl. And then I was like, oh, now I look like a dumbass in front of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
girl. And this motherfucker was lying to me. And that was like when the light bulb went off for the first time. I was probably like 15 years old. I was like, oh, these people suck.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
A lot of mental health.
You ever been
issues
gotten
there.
by the one with the kids?
What's the one with the kids?
Where they're like, I'm a part of this program, and
where the kids come to the
kids
house?
have a little card to show
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But if they have something I can buy, like a coffee mug or some shit.
No, this was at a Wawa, and it was like they come up to the card, and they're like, we're in this youth program. We're collecting money. I gave this motherfucker like $2. We pull away. These motherfuckers are sprinting through the parking lot with the fuzz chasing after them.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
See, we
Oh,
had
yeah.
them when I moved to my neighborhood. They started coming around my neighborhood, and they'd have like a clear tote with some dollar store items in it, and they'd
Yeah.
have a flyer be like, I'm doing this
Yeah.
fundraiser shit. And like the first time they came through, I bought some shit because I was like, good on you getting after it.
Right.
And then I heard it was a fucking scam, and they're buying dollar store shit, and it's all
But
just
is that
a
a
hustle.
scam?
Well, it's a hustle. I mean, you're saying,
But a hustle's okay in my like.
I
I'll
like
be
a hustle, but it's
like,
like you're lying. You're saying you're showing
Oh, yeah,
me
yeah,
a
I'm
flyer
with you. Right.
saying this is a fundraiser for my school because we all buy the dollar fucking chocolate bars that
Right.
cost 25 cents because you're legit school fundraising.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing this like a folded up flyer that's been copied 18 times, and you're like, oh, this is just a fucking hustle.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, I'm not mad at somebody getting after it, but you can't fucking just straight up lie.
And the kid literally shows up and does this. I'm an ambassador.
They always mumble.
Just like they said it 150,000
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
You know? And their fucking pimp or their dad's down the street making
Yeah.
them do it. So they're just,
The scams are everywhere, man.
oh, yeah.
I remember probably my first year at VCU, me and my buddy were walking down the street, and we had this dude come up to us, and and we'd had 100 people come up to us. I mean, in Richmond, it's not, you don't have to wait long. And this dude followed us for like 2 blocks and was giving us this crazy story. And my buddy was like, he took out his wallet and was like, I ain't even mad at you. That story was worth $1 right there. Like, that was just
Exactly,
entertainment.
yeah.
Like, thanks for talking to me for 2 blocks. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
that's awesome.
there ain't nothing wrong with it, but I mean, I'm just glad you don't get hustled.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't get stabbed.
Thank you. Why are you sending me texts in the middle of the show? That
I just funny stuff pops up on my phone. I'll
Gotta-
forward it.
yeah.
He's
Gotta
just
let it
sending
go.
how to deal with a female antagonist, which ironic is that's what we're dealing with. But that was an hour ago, and yet
Yeah.
it's very timely that I look down and see
Yeah.
this.
Did you try that move?
Kick her in the front butt crack.
He's got. It's like, what the fuck am I looking at? Oh my
It's
god,
good stuff.
I see that now.
Yeah.
But I do find it just wild how many scams there are, and how this one just didn't put off the spidey sense for some reason, and then.
Grown accustomed to it.
But I'm
Yeah.
just used to. I guess it's like the first time you hear a scam, your spidey sense doesn't go up. Then when you hear the same scam or a variation of it,
Well, the scammers got to change their game up because people are getting onto them.
I used to say years ago, and I still stand by it, like, there needs to be a study put out on what debit cards have done to the homeless population. You legit can walk around and say, I don't have cash.
dude, I was in Nashville not long ago.
You could, I mean, they used to just post up outside of 7-Eleven and be like, can I get some change? Can I get a
Yeah.
dollar? And you would be like, yeah, I just bought this Gatorade and some nachos. Ta-da. Yeah, I was like,
30 cents.
I
boom.
walked in with 0 cash. I bought this shit. I still have 0 cash.
Well, they
Like,
need to step their game up and start asking for swipes. Like, yo, can you
Yeah,
swipe
buy
me?
one of those,
Swipe me a big bite, bro.
Yeah, they got the square on
the
their
square,
phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They're like, just $1 would go a long way, bro.
Right.
yeah.
Oh, I need an extra 0. My bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I was down in Nashville. I was walking down the street, and this guy's like, "You got any spare change?" And I was like, "Oh man, I got nothing on me." And then I reached in my pocket to like look at my phone, just kind of, and I pulled out my phone, and a quarter fell right out of my pocket in front of the dude. And I was like, "Oh!" And I just bent down and picked it up. And like, I was like, "That sucked." Like, I just
Yeah.
got busted.
Always like, I don't have any change on me. Sorry. And then you just walk a few feet away. You're like, only folding money.
Yeah.
Only folded money. Oh, you asked for change. All I got
Yep.
are these hundreds.
Sorry.
Damn.
Just Benjamin's over here.
I would, though. I tell you, like, if I won the lottery, I would do really cool shit, though. Like,
Oh,
pay
hell
for
yeah.
people's groceries, random
Yeah.
acts of kindness. I would do all
That
the
would be
time.
awesome,
It
yeah.
would be the shit.
I did one of those the other day. I felt really,
Really?
damn good.
Yeah, I do
was
that
up
shit pretty
in-
often.
I was up in the Wegmans. I was buying lunch.
I don't do enough of it. That's
This
for sure.
lady was getting hassled because I guess the lane we were in, like over here by the where you just get like to go food, didn't accept cash. For whatever fucking reason, doesn't accept. This lady's like 85 years old, and she's
she's
standing
got
there.
cash and check.
Well, yeah, she doesn't fly with debit.
She's got a $20 bill in her hand. She's got an $8 lunch, and like they're just harassing her. They're like, we can't do it here, and she's like, but it's money.
Yeah, it's
Right.
American money.
They're like, no, and they're like, what you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to go over to the management. We'll have to print out this receipt. Then you take it over to the management desk. Then they're gonna go ahead
I'd
and
have flipped
issue
that
a
fucking
refund.
table.
They
Dude.
come back over. I was like, are you serious right now? And I just like walked out of
How
the
many?
line.
Here's a question. I was gonna say, how many people behind her were you?
3.
Oh, so you had to bypass some non-smart people.
Yeah, well, as this went down, like it's taking a little bit, and like so this person gets help, then another person goes up. Now there's only 2 of us. Now there's like one more, and then as soon as like I'm the next person in line, they're still like harassing this old lady. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. And then I just walked up, and I was like, ma'am, you mind if I just buy your lunch and throw my lunch on the tab? Like I'll take care of this. And she was like, that'd be great. And the manager's like so excited because he's like, oh, thank God, like.
Thank God I didn't know what to
I
do
didn't
with
know
all
how
this
to-
with
I
this
didn't know-
$20 bill.
I was
Yeah.
like, y'all are fucking killing me, man.
Right.
Like I just ordered it, bought her lunch. I was like, you have a great day. And
That
she's
type
like,
of shit pisses me
she's like, you know how
off.
many times I've done that for people, and no one's ever done that for me. She's like, thank you so much. And I was like, I was so high off of that.
Yeah.
You know
Right,
what I
doesn't
mean?
it? It's the
Like, I
best.
walked out of there like,
Yeah.
who's the fucking man?
Better than
Yeah.
that $8, right?
It felt a lot better
Yeah.
than $8.
Yeah, for sure.
That's for sure. But that was a true woman in need at a
Yeah.
moment, and she's a sweet old lady, man.
Yeah.
Like, why are you harassing this woman? You're Wegmans. Eat it. I don't know what the fuck. Figure it out.
Right.
It's funny you brought that up because today
You swipe your card. You're standing behind there.
Yeah.
Take the money and give it.
Yeah.
something happened to me today, and it's been pissing me off for years. We're all getting fleeced by these fucking self-service fucking counters because every time I fucking go to one, it's a hassle and it takes longer.
Well, if I have alcohol, I will not go to them because
Yeah,
I
because-
know
yes.
they have to come over, check my ID. It's faster to wait in a line.
Today I go to Home Depot and I'm buying one thing, one roll of wire, and I go up to the self-service thing, scan the damn thing. Please wait for attendant.
Great.
I'm like, the whole point of this is to not have an attendant.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the self-checkout.
Yeah, for sure.
This is wire. This isn't alcohol. It's not a firearm.
Well, the
It's a
attendant will be
roll
there
of wire.
soon. They're just selling a toilet over here.
So, dude, I'm waiting there, looking around. There's no attendants. Like, I look down the line. There's no open cashiers. I go over to the customer service. I was like, "Can I buy this here?" And they're like, what I'm like, "I'm just trying to buy it. No one's helping me over here." And they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we can do that." I'm just like, "What's the point of this?"
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying. It's $100. I'm trying to give you $100. I'm not even asking for help, and I can't
Damn,
even
you
get
bought
it.
$100 worth of wire today?
Yeah.
I'm interested
Yeah.
in what
What are you wiring?
that project is.
Years ago, I ran power from the corner of my house out to my shed, and I didn't bury it deep enough. I took a half-assed route, and over the past 10 years,
Coming up.
well, not that, but the aerator has nicked it enough to where it trips out constantly.
Yeah.
So it's about a 50-foot run. So I bought 100-foot of it and ran it down the perimeter of my house, down the perimeter of my fence, so it won't be buried in the yard
There you
now.
go.
So we won't have that issue again. But it's still like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, I'm paying for a service. I'm not getting it.
You know
And
what?
then when I try to do it myself, I get hassled.
Oh yeah, you know what sets me from 0 to fucking flipping tables at that thing is the fucking put the item in the
Oh,
bag.
yeah.
Put the item
yeah,
in the
like
bag. Put the item in the bag. I want to fucking break
Yeah.
something. Like
Did you remove an item from the
Yeah,
staging
right.
area? No. What are
the
we
fucking
talking
bitch
about?
has to come over and hit OK just so I can keep scanning. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want.
It's no faster. Like, it doesn't help you.
Well, there's certain stores that don't have that. Like Walmart is faster. There's
Walmart's
certain ones-
notorious for never having an open damn thing anyway.
Yeah.
Target you go to and you never wait. There's always registers open. Like,
Right.
they're awesome. And it just pisses me off.
Target's like double-sided everything. Like
Yeah.
they got it down.
I use the self-checkout regardless, all based on how much stuff I have.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I
Yeah,
have
if I
one,
have one
I have
item.
one
I'm gonna take
item.
self-checkout.
I should go to self-checkout. Why
Yeah.
do I have to get okay through that? Why is that an approval? You're not going to give me a valid excuse. I can tell you that.
No.
I'm going to say if there's booze involved, I'm not going anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Because I know there's a hassle on the other side.
Yeah, but see, sometimes I've seen the people just fucking hit the button because they look at you and you're like, that motherfucker's old enough.
Oh, yeah.
But you can tell.
But you still have
If
to
someone's looking around,
Yeah.
they're like scanning, trying to be helpful. You're like, I'm willing to risk it with this person. But if there's no one there or it's like somebody texting, I'm like, this is about to be a shit show.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You still have to be approved. I mean, you can't just not allow it. But what's weird to me is like they come over and they put in like January 1st, 1900 or some weird arbitrary. And I'm like, shouldn't that pop up? Shouldn't that like?
Yeah, exactly.
Shouldn't Kroger or whoever the hell I'm like that?
There's a ton of 118-year-old people
Yeah.
buying beer.
Our demographic is weird.
Yeah.
Only 118-year-old people buy beer here.
Very odd.
Yeah.
Don't you think the ABC would be able to police that? Like that
You'd
seems
think.
very weird. What do I know?
Yeah.
I just think with a logical brain.
No, yeah, that's
I
where
just
you got to
worked-
stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doing
That's
it
why, that's why
all
you're not
wrong.
going to last in government very
that's
long.
right.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Sorry you got cussed out by that lady.
Yeah, that lady was a fucking bitch. I didn't know. Sucks.
It's crazy.
Well, now
too.
she knows you're a selfish asshole.
Yep.
Oh, I'm fully aware that I'm so. I mean, honestly, driving home, you can just hear those words ringing in your ear, and you're like, I'm not the fucking selfish asshole, you dumb bitch.
My thing is, in today's world, you don't know who you're cussing at like that.
No.
You don't.
That's the other
Dude.
thing. You could seriously get lit up.
Yeah.
Not even see that coming.
Fucking nailed a hammer on the
Yeah.
head for me on that.
You nailed the
comment.
hammer with the nail.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what I meant. And I meant it good.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were going to talk. We'll tease it and talk about it next time. But I had a situation where this past week I've had two like straight brain farts while I'm driving, and pulled out in front of people and like, you know, like
that's not teasing it. You're telling the story.
cut in front of people, and I've been
Yeah.
like hold my hand up like
My
I'm
bad.
sorry, my bad, and then just been horn just fucking laid on it for like 5, 6, 8 seconds. I'm like,
Yeah.
the fuck are you doing? I get it. I'm saying
Right.
my bad.
Right. I fucked up.
You're right. That wasn't a tease. I just told the story.
No, you just started in. We can go down that road. Just
What-
double episode this bitch.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you don't know who the fuck I am.
Right. I
You
could
don't
be
know
a
what kind of
crazy-
day I'm
I tell my
having.
mom that all the time. She's like, I lay on the horn and yell at people. I'm like, you're a fucking almost 70-year-old woman.
Yeah.
If it's a slightly crazy fucking human,
Yeah.
they're gonna pummel your fucking ass.
Yeah. Best case scenario.
Yeah.
Best case scenario, you catch an ass beating.
Right.
Worst case scenario, you just get pulled fucking gun and pistol
Murked.
whipped and fucking murked. Yeah. I just and today and
I blame Laura Croft. I've told you that before.
Yep. And Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean she's cute and all, but do you really think she can kick the shit out of all those dudes?
She was in some new movie too, where she
Atomic
just fucked
Blonde.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched that movie.
Did
I
you?
never saw it, but I mean I've seen trailers and all that stuff. It's like she is whipping the shit out of
Fucking
everybody,
ninjas, dude.
Yeah.
I actually was watching and I was thinking about Ely. I was like, well, this one's a little more believable. He might need to tune in and watch this one. But then I was like, then she started doing some shit. I'm like, oh, these moves. It's over the top. Like, there's no way.
I'm very aware of that now. Like I'm always thinking, I don't know who I'm getting mad at. Like,
Yeah.
and it's, I don't know. In today's world, I feel like people have quick triggers is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And like, the person might look like a school mom on another car, or might look like
That's what was freaking me about that Uber ride the other night is I just didn't know. I don't know who this guy's walking up to.
yes,
I don't know where this is going to go. And you never know who it is that's going to be that person.
Yeah.
I can honestly tell you I was playing once. I was down in Ocean City, Maryland.
Well, I'm interrupting you, but back to your Uber story.
What are the odds?
In that one, if a big guy like that approached your car, you might get shot.
Oh, yeah.
And I would assume that driver might have a valid case as to he felt threatened and was worried for the safety of his life.
Get it?
Threatened.
Yeah, you feel threatened.
Yeah.
I see that. Apparently, I had the board way down.
It's okay.
Must have been doing something else.
But right, I mean, was that crossing your mind?
As soon as he got out, this dude was hulking big.
Yeah.
Like, so as soon as he got out and started approaching that Mercedes, I was like, I hope that dude doesn't have it concealed.
Yeah,
Because
the other guy.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't worried about my guy.
Yeah.
He'd been shot many a time.
Back in there.
Back in Hanoi. I wasn't too worried about
Charlie
that.
got him.
But I was certainly
Let's
concerned.
not have him protecting schools.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's not the guy.
No.
But I remember one time I was down in Ocean City, Maryland, and I'm drinking beers with a girl and another guy that I knew, but I don't know like really, really well. He was like a neighbor of the girl that I was with, and he just happened to be down in Ocean City. I'd partied with him a couple times. I wasn't too worried about it. And we're being boring. We're playing Monopoly. I'm not even kidding. We're sitting around.
Damn.
Fucking the worst.
We're playing Monopoly, and
That's a boring ass game.
we're drinking beers, and it's been going on for a while. And I've got like a hotel on some shitty property.
And you're
Feeling
out
like
of town
Feeling like
doing
a big
this?
wig.
Yeah, because I think we were underage.
Oh, okay. That snaps it all back into
You know what I
focus.
mean?
Right.
You're not going to the clubs because you can't go to the clubs.
Yeah, we're like 19, but we have a couple cases of
Yeah.
beer.
So that's actually a good time then.
Yeah, we're in the hotel room. We're playing Monopoly, and things are, we're having fun. And this guy lands on my hotel, and I'm like,
you got him right where you fucking want
and
him.
man, I start in on him. I'm like, Brett, you lose, buddy. This is going to cost you your ass.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't even handle this. And then he starts getting all bent out of shape. So I'm thinking.
So you double down.
I double down. That's exactly right. You start reacting to my shit.
Yeah.
Well, then, you know what?
I got you on the hook.
Yeah, screw you. I'm coming at you. So I keep coming at him, and I'm doing it in front of a girl that I probably, he's probably loved her his whole life. Like he's lived next door to her, and I'm making him look like a bitch.
Like a chump.
No joke,
Hotels
man.
and shit.
Yeah, I swear, dude. This dude just.
I'm a real estate developer.
Yeah.
You can't just go landing on my shit and not pay the goddamn fees.
Don't break that weak shit in here.
Yeah.
You should have rolled better, dick.
See that red building?
That's going to cost you, motherfucker.
This ain't my first rodeo.
Yeah. Or hotel.
I own rodeos and hotels.
Yeah, if you look around, I'm using the little Patel chip.
That's right.
I got hotels everywhere. But this dude, I'm not kidding. He stands up, pulls a gun out, puts it right at my fucking head.
Like he had a piece.
He had a piece on him the whole
Holy
time.
high level Monopoly.
Yeah. Like, I'm 19 years old. I'm
the
drunk.
fuck?
And I'm like, I've got a gun against my head.
Holy shit.
Like, I'm playing Monopoly and I got a gun. And the girl's like, Brad, calm it down. Whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm like, dude, it's play money. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not even. And he's like, fuck that. You're talking shit. You listen. I'm like, it's Hasbro.
Yeah.
Like, this is a game. And he's not letting up. And I'm like, I'm a dead man. This is how I'm going to die.
It's hilarious because, well, it's not hilarious, but
No, it's hilarious.
this guy's like you say, he probably loved this girl. He thinks he's getting chumped out. Well, let me tell you what's not going to help your situation, dude.
Freaking out over a Monopoly
Yeah.
game and pulling out
How
a
about
gun.
life in prison?
Yeah. Blowing somebody's head off accidentally and
Yeah.
spending the rest of your life in prison.
I never thought you were the one until I saw you pull that gun over Monopoly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I fell in love all over
The
again.
Right.
future.
Yeah.
You're my
I ain't
future.
no punk, bitch.
I wanted to have kids with you immediately.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I
Fucking
knew that we
idiot.
were destined.
Brendan, if you could leave and just put a sock on the door on the way out.
Right.
But it was like, who would have thought that this kid would
So how
pull a
long did this
fucking-
go on?
I mean, at the
Too
time,
long.
What happened?
Yeah.
She talked him off the ledge and he put it away and
I mean,
you blew him?
yeah, immediately I just said, what do you want me to do, blow you?
Yeah.
No, I just remember kind of talking my way out of it as best I could. I was not being aggressive at that point. I was
Yeah.
like,
Were y'all like, whose room was it? Like, did you immediately bounce or did he bounce? Like, what the hell?
I don't even recall how it ended because everything kind of like went
blurry after that.
Yeah, it just
You're lucky Laura Croft wasn't out at that point in your life because you probably would have tried to karate chop the gun out of his hand.
would have killed me immediately.
I don't know. Have you seen this chick? She's
Or some of that Joe Rogan shit.
Oh, my God. Have you seen the recent one where the dude just doesn't even touch him? Just the-
He just holds his hand up.
yeah, the force.
I
What
can't
is
get
this?
enough of
He
the
uses the force.
Joe Rogan post. It's all hashtag legit as fuck.
Yeah.
And it
So
is-
check that hashtag
Dude,
out, legit as fuck.
Yeah, and it's all over his Facebook page, and it's just videos
And
of,
Instagram, yeah.
and
everywhere.
Instagram, which I'm not on, but it's literally like karate masters and gis, and like 6 people rushed him, and he and like they're all different, and he like does a bullshit move and like flings 8 of them, or like literally like Ely's saying, holds his hand up, doesn't touch the person, and they go falling backwards. Like it's
real kung fu. Like this is shit that people are like.
Yeah, people are buying
into
like,
it.
This
is what we do.
Oh, this isn't like some WWE shit.
No,
where they're
no,
like,
no,
see,
no,
right
no,
here,
no.
no contact was made. Like these people are saying, like, I can use the force.
They're
Yes.
like, and they're selling that they can teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you just got to learn how to use your chi, and then you can just take
Harness
out bad
the
guys
power.
like that. Yeah.
I mean, just watch.
And they like show them taking down people with guns and stuff, like in fake ass ways that would only get you shot.
Yeah.
18 times.
Well, that would have certainly been helpful in this moment in time if I could have just channeled my inner chi.
Yeah.
And just thought real hard of shoot yourself.
Yeah.
Then I still would have had to deal with
Well,
the
you were
cops.
still thinking about all those hotels.
Yeah, exactly. The gun just turns around. He's like,
Yeah.
what's happening? I'm like, hashtag legit as fuck, motherfucker.
Right.
Now you know.
Exactly.
Don't mess with me. I got chi.
Dude, that's exactly. You don't know who's doing what, and you shouldn't be fucking just laying on your horn and flipping people off. It's something about being in your car. You feel like you're invincible. You feel like nobody can fuck with you. You feel like people don't see you.
You feel like you're
That's
on
the
your
other
li-
thing.
You feel like you're on your living room couch.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I can pick my nose here.
Exactly.
There's nobody
I
who
was
can
thinking
see
that,
me.
yep.
Yeah.
And then you look over, and like, dude, I picked my nose the other day in the car because I was like, no one can see me. And then I looked in my rear view, and my daughter was staring me in the eyes like, is he going to eat it? Tell me he's going to eat it.
The worst is when you have like when I have our buddy John's truck where it's the single cab with the flat glass back. Every human being behind you
Yep,
can see you
yep.
doing
Everything you're doing.
Yeah. You forget that shit.
The worst is when you're just singing like Miley Cyrus at the top of your lungs,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, no one knows, and then you roll up at the stoplight and like,
Nah. I own that shit.
yeah, hell yeah.
Have you guys had a lot of guns pulled on you in your lives?
I've had one. I had a dude. We were at my buddy's house. This was in high school, and we were fucking around drinking, playing pool, getting all fucking rowdy. And I don't remember what fucking happened, and I don't remember how it happened. But he took the dude's shotgun and fucking pointed it right at me,
What?
and was like fucking around. And I was like, dude, that's not funny. Like he
In
was
the
being
least.
funny. It wasn't
Oh,
an
yeah.
aggressive thing. But I was like, that's not cool, dude. Like, get that fucking gun
Yeah.
out of my face.
I will pistol whip your bitch ass.
God. But
Yeah.
even and I knew, I'm pretty sure I knew at the time it wasn't loaded. But like, I've been around guns long enough to know
There's
You
one
don't-
in the chamber. These fucktards don't even
exactly.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've never been like, I've never had someone pull a fucking gun on me like that. Like,
Yeah, I've had someone threaten to shoot me with a gun, basically in a bad part of D.C.
yeah.
Yep.
You mean DC?
Yeah.
There's no good part.
Right, yeah.
Well, I was in Georgetown once, and that's like a really good part of D.C. And I started chatting up 2 girls on a corner. Like we were just waiting to cross the street. Not
You see the common
prostitutes.
denominator here.
Talking to girls. Yeah. No. And that's exactly it. Well, I started talking to these 2 girls, and then we all crossed the street together. And then I just kept chatting it up. Some dude rolled up on me in a trench coat and was like, "Why are you talking to my girls?" And I was like, "These aren't your girls. I don't think I'm bothering
Yeah.
them." I was like, "Girls, am I bothering you?" They're like, "You're fine," which apparently then emasculated him.
Yeah.
Made him feel
Yeah.
like a sack of shit. Dude pulled out a gun on me, broad daylight in Georgetown. I was
Broad
like,
daylight.
Broad daylight.
Wow.
Pulls it out right there on the corner. I'm just like,
Didn't flash it, pulled it.
pulled it out. And he was like, "You sure you want to go down this road?" And I'm like, "No. I just
Yeah.
met these women on the other side of the corner."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
wasn't really
Talking about the weather and shit.
Yeah, I was small talking your girls, but
Yeah.
you're obviously very insecure. I'm going to walk away. Like,
Yeah.
girls, enjoy your man.
Yeah. He seems cool.
Seems like a good
Yeah, he
dude.
seems like a great guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm shocked at how many times I've seen guns come out in situations. I was with one kid one night. We were driving around in high school, and like he had been like going into cars. You know, like high school kids will go like unchecked.
Yeah.
I guess this kid had found a gun. And I'm
In a
like,
car?
yeah,
That's
and decided to take it with him.
Oh, that's
And
smart.
we're driving to a party, and he's like, "Guess what I found?" And he's showing me it. It's the barrel's looking at my face. I'm like, "This is not how you present to me your stolen gun. I think I'm going to drop you off."
And you know
and
that
go
thing
home.
was chambered. I mean, people
clearly he didn't know what the hell was going. I was like, this is crazy. How many times I've had to see guns?
Yeah.
For a guy who doesn't carry a gun,
Yeah.
like, kills me.
It is crazy.
Luckily, it didn't
No,
kill you.
good call. I get it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, where's Arlie Irving when you need him?
That always surprises me when I see that road rage still going on. I mean, it's all too often.
I saw a guy the other day driving a pickup truck, like you're talking about, where it's just a single seater with right there. But he had the shotgun rack,
Yeah.
and he had 2 shotguns visibly displayed, and then his bumper sticker. I'd gotten close enough where I was about to tailgate him, and I'm reading
License
the
plate or bumper sticker?
bumper sticker.
Okay.
And the bumper sticker says, "I love babies, but I can't finish a whole one." And
Oh, my
I'm
God.
looking up, and he's got 2 guns, and he's got this bumper sticker, and I just backed off the gas.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, this dude right here is clearly unstable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to even be anywhere near this guy.
Bumper stickers tell you a lot about an individual.
They sure do.
And it always amazes me when I see it, like the certain people that are willing to put certain things. We were walking through the neighborhood the other day, and I noticed a car that I know the mother, because her son is friends with my son, and she's a lefty type, and she literally had a bumper sticker that said "truck thump" on it, and I was like, "What? Why do you need that? Like, you have
Yeah.
a kid that might ask you what that is. Like, have your opinions, but do you really need to have all this offensive stuff all over your vehicle?"
Yeah.
The people who have like 1,000 bumper
And then some people
stickers-
literally have F word, and just go on and on and on. It's like, come on,
and
man.
sometimes they're unsafe because, like, if someone's bumper stickers are kind of funny,
Yeah.
now I want to see them.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't have the best eyes, so I'll get right up on your ass.
Yeah.
To read your bumper stickers because I'm like, I'm bored.
Uh-huh.
I got this road trip for a while.
Yeah.
And it's like now I'm being unsafe just to see what you got going on.
I always see them and I go, they got, the weed or the I love drinking, whatever the funny
Coexist,
thing. Yeah.
man.
And I'm just like, you're just asking to be pulled. Like, you're literally asking to be pulled over.
Right.
That's the other thing. Like, why do you have the weed and like I'd rather be drinking or far
Yeah,
from
yeah.
puking?
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
this shit on your car. It's like you're just asking to get
Yeah.
popped. It's the same reason I like Jimmy Buffett license plates. I don't want one.
Yeah.
I don't need you to know that I'm a parrot head.
Yeah.
The last
Doesn't have
thing
to
I
say
want.
Margaritaville across your license
Yeah,
plate.
you don't need to know
Yeah.
that my favorite pastime is just getting hammered.
and singing beach tunes.
Yeah, like if anything, I think I would just get an Alcoholics Anonymous one.
Yeah.
Just put it on there, like, well, it couldn't have been me that was swerving.
Right.
I don't know if you noticed, but I have my coin.
I like to, or I hate it, I should say, is the people who like just cover the back of their cars with bumper stickers, and they look like they were put on by a blind
That
Michael J.
kills
Fox.
me.
And
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
really? Like you
Stick
didn't
as many on as fast as you can.
exactly
Play this-
like there's
yeah.
a time limit,
Right.
And I give you more money for the more you get on there.
Exactly. Like supermarket sweep.
Like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, try to make it level. Like,
Seriously.
make it
Yeah.
look decent. I feel like bumper stickers like on a truck with like a chrome bumper look fine, but then you get like all of today's cars are like plastic bumpers and everything's painted the same color, so
Yep.
they just look weird. They
It
just
does.
put it on the window or something. Like, it just, I don't know.
The only thing I have on my car is a Nectar sticker in the window. I figure I'll support that, but I don't. People don't need to get all up close to see that.
I got one sticker on my car, ITPH.
I was about to say, respect that. You put our cars next to each other, that's 20% off sunglasses. People are like,
Boom.
All
what's
the time,
Nectar?
yeah.
Google. What's inside the pallet house? I'm going to try ITPH in the
There you
coupon
go.
code and see what happens.
Yeah, I've just got an OBX sticker on my truck. I'm not a big sticker guy.
Yeah,
Nah, it's stickers are for coolers.
Yeah.
Time to get the coolers.
I used to have
Adios.
a ton of different surfing
And fridges. Fridges are sticker spots.
Like a mini fridge.
Not your fridge in your kitchen, but like or a second fridge in the garage.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
garage
yeah,
fridge.
any
Yeah.
second fridge,
Right.
definitely. I went and picked up a fridge for my wife the other day. It was one of the most confusing moments. So this guy had a free mini fridge. I go over to his house, and it was supposed to be outside, which
Bozo's kitchen,
anytime you're doing,
Right.
anytime
fully
you're,
stocked.
Yeah.
and
anytime
full size.
I'm doing some like
So I took it.
free on Craigslist thing, or I just talked to this guy on Facebook. I don't know who he is. I'm like, just have him put it outside. Like,
Right.
I don't want to
Yeah.
communicate with these people.
Yeah, if it's free, then we don't need to interact.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Just put it outside. Like, if it doesn't work,
And they should want that.
yeah, and if it
Yeah.
doesn't work, I'll take it to the dump.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We've already come to an agreement that I don't really care too much about
Yeah.
whatever product this is. I'm paying you $0.
If I cared, I would purchase something.
Yep.
So I go to this guy's house, and sure enough, it's not outside. And I'm like, fuck. And I call before going to the door. I call my wife. I'm like, dude said it was going to be outside, right? She's like, yeah, I've got the message right here. It says I'll put it outside this morning. Come by anytime. I'm like, damn it. So I go to the dude's front door.
What is this you're getting?
A mini fridge for her
Okay,
office. So I go to the front door, and there's the big old sign, "Do not ring the doorbell, baby sleeping." And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Of
Now
course.
I'm like,
Could it be any other way?
Right.
so I'm like in the whole other. So I'm like tapping so light.
Yeah.
I'm outside. Finally, I get the dude to come after like the slow knock for like 5 minutes.
Right.
Dude finally comes to the door, and I'm like, I'm here for the mini fridge. I don't want to wake up your kid. He's like, oh, yeah, I totally forgot to put that outside, man. I'm like, you suck. So I go around. He opens up his garage. Now I got to have a whole conversation
Yeah,
with the guy,
you
though.
do.
Like, now we're friends. And he's got this mini fridge, and there's stickers all over it.
Nice.
And it's got this, like yellow tint. I'm like, oh, God. Like, this thing's
Hella old.
yeah. And he's got a sticker on there, and it's like, it says, Jerry's dead, fish sucks. Like, fuck off, you hippie.
Yeah.
And I was like,
This will look great in my wife's office.
Yes,
yeah, and
it
I was
would.
like, God, all right, that's a hell of a sticker. And then we picked the thing up, and it's like he's been storing pounds of weed in it for the last, like, decade.
Oh, man.
The whole thing reeks of pot, and I'm so confused by this guy. I'm like, you hate hippies, so maybe you just sell pot. I don't know what the hell you do here.
Yeah.
But
Where is she putting this fridge?
in her office in the HR department of her work.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like telling my wife, I'm like, baby, it like,
I should have just come off $50 and bought one of these things.
Right.
yeah, but I was very confused by this guy because he's got the fuck
Nothing's
you,
free
hippie,
in life.
reeks of pot. I was very confused. Plus I had to, and now I'm talking to the guy for like 15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
outside of his house making small talk. I'm like, damn, man. But I always hate those Craigslist purchases.
You guys watch, I'm sure your wives watch, like all the well, we like it in our house. The wife really likes it. The flea market flip show where they like
I've never even seen it.
Like Storage Wars?
no. So this show basically they take two couples and they go to a flea market and they have a set amount of money they're allowed to spend, $500, and they have to take that stuff. Then they have a day to turn it into something better. So you would buy this old coffee table and you have some workers help you, and you put it on casters and repaint it and finish it, and then you sell it. And whoever sells their 3 objects for more money, they win the game, and they win the $5,000. So they show these guys going to all these flea markets, and like they go buy stuff, and they like talk these people down to like next to nothing. They'll be like, "I want that chair. How much is it?" They're like, $50, and then they're like, "How about 10?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." I'm like, "How are you making money on this, dude?
Right.
Like what?" I'm very confused by the.
Well, he got it for $1. He's
Well,
like,
that's
look
what
at
I'm
me.
saying. But I'm still like, you're not making any like your time and effort into hauling this thing out to the flea market and selling it. Are you just happy to be on TV? I really don't understand
Yeah, I don't
how
know.
it works.
That's weird.
And I see it on Craigslist all the time too, and whatever marketplace on Facebook. It's like, just take it, dude. If it's that cheap, just take it.
Yeah. I got some friend. She sells like kids' clothing for like $1 a pair of pants. I'm like, fuck that shit.
I mean, if you're doing a yard sale and you're selling a couple hundred things, then yeah, do it. But
Not-
if
yeah, but not on
you're doing
one-
one at
yeah.
a time, like, yeah,
Oh,
no thanks.
God.
I've done this a couple times now where I will put an item up on Craigslist for free, but the contingency is
Take it all.
you got to take all this other shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
So
do that.
I'll be like, here's a desirable item,
right.
but I also don't want to go to the dump.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm looking at it, you're getting this item for the $7 plus the hassle
The
of me
dump fee.
going to the dump.
Yeah.
And then, but you got to take this shit. And inevitably, they're like, I don't want this stuff. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you read the ad. You
Yeah.
called me. Now load the rest of this shit in your truck, and what you do with it, I don't care.
Yeah.
And that's how I've been getting rid of like big old CRT TVs
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're so heavy to move.
Nice.
I'll be like, oh, yeah, no, this lawnmower's free. Come and get it. And a CRT TV and a pile of yard debris.
That's
Right.
nice.
It seems to work.
We have 2 big yard sales in our neighborhood every year, and we collect. We go through our house and we put it all out, and then if it doesn't get sold, it goes to Goodwill. Just move along.
How much do you make on a yard sale?
Not a lot. I mean, I think the most we ever made was like $250.
Oh, that's significant money.
But
though.
usually it's $100-$150, and more. I mean, it's really surprisingly, it's a fun day. Like my neighbors come over, they set up in our driveway. We get coffee and donuts, and the whole neighborhood's out. I mean,
see, that's okay. You're drinking coffee and donuts.
We're having a good time, so it's fun.
Yeah, I've never actually participated in a yard sale.
But I'm very stingy at my yard sales too. Like I get offended when I'm asking $1 for something and somebody wants to give me a quarter. I'm like, go fuck yourself. I will give it to Goodwill before I give it to you for a fucking deal. Right.
Yeah, if you're asking $1, just let it be. And I'll do that if I drive my kids around the yard sale. I'll put a couple singles in their pockets.
Yeah,
and be like, if you can get it, it's
do
yours.
with it what you will.
And they inevitably buy some crap.
Oh yeah,
but they're happy.
I'm a sucker at a yard sale because I'll see something. I'm like, I don't even need it, but it's such a good deal.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna buy that thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, you were having a yard sale once, and I almost bought a piece of shit motorcycle for like $500. But I did. That dude at least let me test drive it. I did tear up that bike all over the place. But I go by Troy's house one day. He's having a yard sale, and sure enough, this dude's got like a Honda Shadow sitting there for $500.
That was my brother-in-law. Like $250, like just a stripped down.
Mm-hmm.
He was like trying to sell it. He was like, he's like, well, you want to take it for a ride? And I'm like, yeah, I'm totally interested in this bike. Yeah, like I'm pretty serious about it.
Once I ride it, I'm gonna buy it. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until that damn thing stalled out on me halfway through the neighborhood, and I was like,
that's probably you.
Well, it could have been, but either way, I was like, operator error or motorcycle error. I'm not interested.
The problem is, like, the neighbors, I end up just swapping shit. Like, oh, I like your shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I like your shit. Take some shit.
Yeah.
So now that we're in a second half of an episode, we don't have a deli going on here because we didn't prep for it. So I'm going to bring out a rumor.
Okay.
Ooh.
I've heard a rumor about a local brewery that is probably the preeminent brewery, unless you're going to bring in the Vale. But the one that's been around for a while is Hardywood. People love Hardywood, and
Hardywood's the new legend.
Exactly. People here in Richmond think of it as the originator. It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
Legend was here long before.
Yeah.
But Hardywood has that cult following thanks to the gingerbread stout. And if you heard that episode,
and then the variations. How many variations of that do they have now?
A lot.
A ton,
now.
yeah.
Bourbon, rum aged.
Yeah. Kentucky Christmas morning and all kinds of funky names.
I thought the Kentucky Christmas morning was a totally different beer, and I went and ordered one. And I was like, this tastes a lot like the gingerbread stout. And it was like weeks later, I was like, oh, it's gingerbread stout, no bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I'm a sucker. But I have heard a rumor from a somewhat reliable source.
Industry insider, would you say?
Absolutely industry insider. Someone that would be in the know and would spend enough time around the beer world to hear this.
Yeah.
So I may be the first one to break this, but
there
is
news. Do we have that drop? Breaking news drop? I don't think so.
Yes.
Nailed it.
There it is. But I have heard a rumor that Anheuser-Busch, you guys may know them better as the company
Your
that
favorite.
makes Budweiser. Rumor has it that we may start Beechwood aging Hardywood beers.
They have
Really?
purchased them?
They have not purchased them, but
so they're just in the distribution.
Word on the street is that AnBev is circling Hardywood right now, and potential negotiations.
Well, you know what?
Are you serious?
This is a rumor that it's very early. I'm bringing it up because if it happens in the next year, I want to look like this is where it broke first in April. But this person is trustworthy enough in the industry that I've got to believe that they have inside information that we would not have access to.
Yeah.
Well,
AnBev's been circling around Hardywood.
Wow.
And I'll break the fourth wall. I was here and heard the same thing, so I can back him up on that.
But you can back up that the person is legit.
Yes, the person's legit. And when Brendan said, "Oh, I would like to speak on this," they said, "Wait.
Well, that's what was funny is I turned
Yeah.
around and I walked over to the big board where we write
Yep.
topics, and I wrote Hardywood and Bev. And he's like, what are you doing at the board?
Isn't it InBev?
Is that it, InBev?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, and I was like, oh, I'm going to write this on the board. He was like, no, don't do that. This is not a reliable. I was like, nope, it's reliable enough that I will make it fact.
Well, you know, that's how you kill hipster beer, right?
Well, and that's it. So do you think the entire town will revolt? Because they always do.
I mean, we have to go off history, right? And when a popular beer gets that distribution, then it gets shat upon.
Which is hilarious because, truth be told, the beer just gets more consistent.
Yes.
It should come down in price. It doesn't always,
And
but it should.
has access to more people, which is good, right?
More distribution. The same recipes are there.
Yeah.
The same brewmasters there. They don't come
They
in
don't
and
fuck
like
with it.
fire everybody.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Yeah,
Like,
it just becomes better as far as the consistency and quality of
someone on the
stuff.
West Coast might be able to enjoy it now.
Well, in 6 months or a year from now, when Hardywood officially goes Anheuser-Busch,
So will they end up having to build elsewhere?
they just built a new facility.
I know, but I'm saying West Coast, like the West Coast guys have been building out here because you can't distribute quality.
Usually-
So this is real.
This is potentially very
We'll tell you off
Really?
air who said it.
Okay.
but it was like I think this could be happening because if you really start to look at the facts, they just spent
But that
a
new
fortune to build a new facility, and that facility is over the top gorgeous.
Yeah, I haven't been there, but I've only seen pictures and it looks amazing.
Oh my gosh, they went over the top to build this thing, and where'd they build it? Right down the street from Capital One Corporate, which
Yeah.
is already like they're in that corporate mindset. I mean,
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
they're looking at the big dollars because they went right after that audience. So you heard it here first. If it goes down, now if it doesn't go down, I didn't put any faith in this rumor anyway. I just felt like I had to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're trendsetters, so we got to break it first and foremost.
Well, we don't have a deli for the second half, so I certainly think it
This
should
is
be.
beer related.
This is our deli. So then, Ely, if Hardywood purchases or if InBev purchases Hardywood,
Yeah.
would you be opposed or for that? There's our deli.
There you go.
I'm for it. I'm cool with that.
It gets a deli. That's how
That goes into the whole selling out thing. You know what I mean? I feel like I see the aspect of people don't want it to stay small, but that's what every fucking business wants.
Yes.
All business wants to become big.
Every band wants to be heard worldwide.
Right.
Like, yeah, you're the greatest Richmond band ever. How about let's share that with other people?
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense when you say it any other way. And people that want to argue against that, I want to punch in the throat.
Right.
But it happens to every band, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like their new stuff. I liked them when they were playing the shithole bars that I had access
Yeah.
to.
Yep.
Now that they're selling out stadiums, I don't like their stuff. They're literally playing the same album you told me was the best album.
Comedians, I mean, it's...
Yeah. Comedian gets big. They're like, I liked him better when he would come over.
No, I like finding a band or a beer or a comedian, and I like sharing that knowledge. And I would like more people to get to participate in that. I don't understand why you would not.
I don't down people for selling out because I have a feeling I would do it.
But
Yeah,
selling
damn
out
right.
implies that
Yeah.
you're ruining the product. In the beer world, more often
Is
than
it?
not,
Does it? I know that's what
To
it implies.
certain people, yeah.
But does it actually work that way? Does selling out ruin a product?
I don't think it always does.
No.
I think there are times, sure, where something will happen, and
I'm sure it's happened, but I would say, I mean, I can't come up with an example. Like, oh, I used to love this show, and then they sold out. Or I used to love this band, and then they sold out. And that, you know,
well, you will see it in things like podcasts, right? Where something's very edgy, and then it starts getting a lot of sponsors, and they have to scale it back.
like Howard Stern, people would say.
Sure, Howard Stern absolutely sold out because he went over to Sirius, and everyone said, "Oh my God, he's going to be that much better because now he has
Say whatever
he's
he
allowed to
want-
do
yeah.
whatever." And for the first couple years, it really was. But then, because of that move, He started getting on like America's Got Talent. He started getting that
But
was
I
an
wonder,
individual.
did he sell out or did he just change? Because we change, right?
Well,
As
he
we
changed,
get older,
but in the process of selling out. When he was in New York and just on, he was always in the strip
but you got to think
clubs.
when you're 25, you're not the same as you are at 35, and then you're not the same as you are when you're 45, right?
I have no idea.
So who's to say? So who's to say it's selling out? Like
Right.
maybe Howard Stern had done enough Fart Man and decided to move along. And
I don't
upgrade.
blame the guy
Yeah.
for what he became.
No, I don't either.
I get it, but I think that's a case of selling out. Like, if you want to
See, I
look
don't
at
know.
it through that lens, you can make the
I
argument.
would argue that someone could say that, but I don't know. I don't think selling out. I just think people evolve. I think, especially if you're good. I think who wants to be stagnant for their entire career, as no matter what they are, right?
No, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, no.
that's lame. You want to grow,
Especially
you
in
want to
an
get better.
art. You know?
But bands, you can see, like, what was that band? Damn, I'm drawing a blank. But these guys, they had one hit, and this is no good if I can't remember the name of the band. The dude's got spiky hair, Mike McGrath or Mike.
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray. So Sugar Ray was all punk. Like, that was their.
Fly was their big hit.
And then they
Yeah.
had Fly happen.
I just wanna fly. What you?
But even
Great
that
song.
album,
Sounds
even
like
that
Sugar
album
Ray-
was like,
sounds like he's here.
it was punky as shit.
Put
and they
your
were
arms
punk
around
before.
me, baby.
Oh, Mark.
Well, then
sing
they
it.
found a sound that hit, and they sold out instantly. And their true fans have a gripe because they were a punk band, thrash like I wouldn't call it death metal, but certainly more metal than anything. And then it went all pop because they found here's success. I think
Right.
those guys traded in their cards. But
are they selling? Maybe they wanted to go that route.
again, I don't blame them. To Ely's point, I'd probably do it.
Right.
Like, if someone came here and was like, I want you guys to do a podcast on puppies, here's $1 million, Ely'd go, I
love
puppies.
those things.
I love puppies.
They're the most
Yeah.
cuddly, wonderful things ever.
That would be a great story.
And who cares if they poop? It's cute poop.
Yeah. And who
It's
cares if they-
adorable.
Yeah.
Who cares if they chew all your shit up?
It's replaceable.
Yes.
You know what's not? Puppy love.
Puppy love.
Oh, God.
It's called puppy love for a reason.
Right.
Somebody get that drop.
Yeah.
Somebody get that drop. Oh, my God. I don't even think we walked over it, which is so rare in this place. But I think there is, look, we all would do it. There's a price. Everything has a price. But in the beer world, I don't think that price is very steep.
No.
We want you to keep making the beer that made you famous. We want to get it out there to more people and give you the
Maybe
infrastructure
back
to
in the
make
day
more.
they changed things, but I feel like they've learned from their mistakes, and I feel like you see it a lot on these new avenues with TV shows. It used to be you pitched a show to ABC, NBC, CBS, and then they would change the shit out of it, right?
Right.
Now they've wised up, and they're like, no, you're doing a good thing. We're Netflix. We're going to stroke you that check, and we're going to let you do your good thing.
Well, Netflix maybe, but not the main.
Not
No, but
ABC.
No.
Maybe not the big 3 or 4 if you count Fox, but I'm talking about the AMCs. I mean, there's all these smaller avenues now that are having legit successful shows that are around. And I listen to these podcasts and they talk to them about it. And they're like, yeah, they kind of stay out of our way because they know if it's successful, why pee in the punch bowl, you know?
Yeah.
When back in the day, there were people that their job was to just give you notes on everything and like get in the way of stuff. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And-
we're in an age now where people do respect because there's so much that you can choose to consume, be it podcast, movies, beer, whatever.
bands,
that
TV
it is-
shows.
Yeah, it's almost harder to make somebody sell out
Yeah.
because if you've already got a built-in fan base, it's hard to make. I can't convince you to not cater to your fan base.
Yeah.
You have a fan base
Yeah.
in this completely fractured world that we live in.
I
Maybe that's the change, though.
Yeah.
Because in the 80s, you go, I love your show concept, but we need to add a little tiny kid.
I just
We
yeah.
need to do this. And
I
he's an
just-
alien.
I just can't be
And
mad.
he's an alien.
Like, Alf was actually supposed to be a Cheers spinoff. No, I'm just kidding.
every one of those sitcoms back in the day, like
That joke
when they
tanked.
started going down, they would introduce a kid or some crazy concept at the end.
a
and
neighbor,
the last couple
a wacky,
seasons
zany
would suck.
neighbor.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, and we've kind of talked about this with the athlete thing. Like, I feel like everybody's dream is to work as little as you possibly can, make as much money, and fucking live the life. So
And
like,
go live your life.
yeah, like my dream. If I could have come out of high school and been like, here's the deal, you're gonna work this job for 10 years and you're gonna make $100 million and then you can retire. I'd be like, yes, I will do that
in a heartbeat.
So when like athletes retire, I don't get that. Or like the band signs the record label deal. Like, no, isn't that the whole point of this? Like,
Yeah.
I want to make my nut and bust out of here and then go live on an island somewhere.
Exactly.
Then we're all mad at him. No,
The fuck are you
I
doing?
can't believe it. I
Barry
would
Sanders
never
owes
do
me
that.
more yards.
Yeah.
No, let the motherfucker do his thing.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
Barry Sanders, that dude sold out.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck him. The Lions could have been at the bottom of that barrel for another 10 more years with that
Right.
dude.
Yeah.
He screwed him.
He left them to do
That
it by
stupid
themselves.
band, they wanted everybody to hear him. How dare them?
Right.
They should have just kept playing those nightclubs in front of 42 people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no.
It is
Most
funny.
people do what they do for profit reasons.
Yes.
Of course, because you're trying to better your family and your position in life.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's in
That's-
all walks of life. There are a few straight up selfless, but the lion's share.
Well, that woman who approached me at the ATM, she didn't sell out.
Right.
She was
There's-
sticking to her guns.
There's not for profits that are about making money. So,
Yeah.
you know, like,
For those on the exec board, that's the
Yes.
beauty of the not-for-profit.
Exactly.
Be like, oh boy, we're making a lot. My salary
Yeah.
is now $1 million.
yeah.
But we're still giving
We're giving everything
$20,000
else
a
away.
year.
After my salary, we're giving it all away. I don't
But
care.
I'm saying there's people that are like, I love teaching and I don't care that it's
Exactly.
$45,000. You know, but there's,
But they wouldn't take a job at a private school if it was offered to them for $200,000?
yeah, of course.
Some
Of
people,
course, right?
no, but
Yeah,
but some people wouldn't. Some people wouldn't.
Right. Some people wouldn't.
But I don't fault the ones who do.
No.
I'm not going to be mad at that.
Oh, hell no.
You want to better your life? Good. You want to work harder? Go for it. I'm not mad at you.
No, not at all. Man, you just think about not-for-profits and stuff when we were doing that brunch weekend thing. Man, I developed a little problem.
Yeah, those guys do a ton of stuff just for the love of it.
Well, but part of the profit side of that was those Nightingale ice cream bars.
Yep.
So good.
Are they all gone?
Not in my house.
You should let me get one.
I have.
No, I know what I'm doing when we shut this thing down.
I have. I developed a bit of a problem with those. I started doing a lot of brunch bars when no one was looking.
Nice.
Started developing a bit of an addiction,
Yeah.
and
Why are you scratching your neck like that?
Right.
I got turned on to the brunch bar, and I really really liked it.
I'm telling you what. We talked about it. I tried 3 other ones.
Oh, you did?
And these are the
Did we not
Nightingale-
talk about that?
No.
I thought we talked about that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
The
tried.
Elvis one wasn't dope?
The Elvis one was good. It was my favorite of the other 3 I tried. I tried the
Elvis is a peanut butter and banana situation.
dipped in
chocolate.
chocolate.
Oh,
Like literally
I want
like
it.
dipped in chocolate. Then there was a cookies and cream one, and I forget the third
there's
one.
a blueberry one.
That was the third one. It was a blueberry one. But none of them were the brunch bar.
Really?
Yes.
So that damn brunch
That
bar.
cookie on that brunch bar
Yep.
was, I mean,
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Oh, I'm scratching my neck now.
I need to get one of them.
There, I know where there's a few. I know
You
where
do?
there's a few
In his house.
right here, because so I had been fiending for him and looking around, and actually you were at me with brunch one day,
Yeah.
and I was literally at the table calling
So was I.
places trying to find them.
Yeah.
Well, that addiction grew because
Of course it did.
my brother-in-law hit me up and was like, hey, I want to try one of those brunch bars. And that was officially the last push I needed because I just needed one other person to go, hey, I like meth too. And it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, now we both
I know
like
a guy.
meth. So I fell off the wagon and kept dialing around, and I found a place.
And now it's an excuse from the wife, too. Your brother
Yeah.
yes,
is all over me.
I'm doing it for him. You're welcome.
Yeah.
that was part of it, yeah, because he needed one, so I needed 10.
Exactly.
It was bad. So I finally found a place, and it was a restaurant that was selling brunch bars, not too far from here. Now this is after I had dialed around. I actually had the delivery schedule. I'd gotten in touch with the people at
Oh,
Nightingale.
you were going to meet the guy at the door.
They had given me the delivery schedule of where the brunch bars were being dropped off for the remainder of the month.
Oh, nice.
And I had this
I hope they're still
thing.
making them.
They're not. No longer are they making them. So I knew that
You're
it
fucking
was
up, Nightingale.
So I started like plotting. It's basically like when you see like Beautiful Mind, Lose It, and like you see everything.
All the numbers in the background.
I knew everywhere where the brunch bars were being delivered, what day. I probably knew the schedule better than the delivery guy.
Yeah,
And then I found
because he didn't know what he had.
that
the
there,
mother load.
yeah, that there were a few over at this restaurant not far from here. And so I called them up and I'm like, hey, I heard you guys have those brunch bars. And they were like, yeah, we got a few around back. And I was like, you mind going around back and figuring out what a few is? So they go around back and they come back and they're like, oh yeah, we got plenty. I would say there's at least a case back there.
What? And
And
you
I was
didn't?
Dude, I bolted.
You didn't tell me?
I got brunch bars.
Did you buy them all?
I was until I figured out that if you buy these things at a restaurant, it's the typical restaurant upcharge. You
Yeah,
buy it
yeah,
at
yeah.
retail for $5, then I'm buying it for $10 at the restaurant because
Yeah.
they're going to get theirs. Stupid greedy profit.
How much were they? Were they really? They weren't that much.
Dude, they were $8
A piece?
a pop.
What?
'Cause my wife bought the ones. The 4 she bought were. The 3 she bought were.
Probably
$4
just
a
under
pop.
$5. Yeah,
Yeah,
just under
$4 a
$5.
pop.
Because the markup was the full 100% markup.
She bought them from Sugar Shack. So I mean, they were marked
Shit.
up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you know what Sugar Shack has? It's different. They have the refrigerator on the counter.
Oh, so they're
So
that's
they
the
bring the
Nightingale,
fridge.
Yeah.
So they're like, you just make the standard profit. But in a restaurant, they're doing the full markup. So I'm in there talking shit like I need like 10
Yeah,
brunch
yeah.
bars. I'm thinking I got $50 to invest in my
Yeah,
habit.
yeah.
Dude, when they came back and were like, that's $80, I was like,
Just tell them to pound sand.
Whoa.
no, I was too far into the addiction. Like
Oh,
I was
no.
looking at the drug.
Yeah.
I finally gotten it. I was like,
Put that meth back.
I'll
no one
take
says
it.
that. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll take the meth. And I drove home just like sad and happy, like
Yeah.
all at once. Like I got bent. I'm about to binge.
It's like when we got into the growler game
Oh,
and we were like, we love these growlers, and then you just, I love this beer. Give me a growler, and they're like, it's $32.50. You're like, oh boy.
but I just wanted a growler of beer.
That's what happened to me when I went to the Bon Air Butcher one time.
Oh, really?
And it's like, this is $5.99 a pound, and this is, and I'm like, give me a couple of those, give me a couple of those. And he's like, all right, yeah, your bill's $120. I was like,
Yep.
I'm cooking for 3 people. What have I done? But you can't tell him to put
the
it back.
butcher gets you. Yeah, no.
You're like, yeah, That's exactly what I wanted.
Of course.
Here's my credit card for 120.
I've done that before
like,
many
I
times.
probably didn't get enough. Let me get a little more on here.
That should work.
Yeah. Let me do the math.
It's like Brendan with his chicken. You got to make him think you know what you're doing.
Yep.
Damn
Yeah.
pollo.
Yeah.
Got me. That story
So
still
you bought
kills me. $80 of brunch bars.
Jeez.
That was
I thought you already bought.
You don't worry about how many brunch bars I eat. When I'm off the wagon, I've been on a bad binge, man. Like the brunch bars started the downward spiral, and then this past weekend, I ordered up a bunch of Chicago pizzas, and that's always when I hit my bottom. 'Cause
Yeah.
if anyone who's listened to this show, you always hear these spirals start, and it always ends with me ordering in Chicago pizzas. But I also ordered in Portillo's Italian beefs with their bread, which to Ely's point, if you toast just right with the ever so slight browning,
That's right.
it's got a little bit of crispy, but the inside is flaky. And oh God, I have been eating brunch bars and Chicago pizzas.
Well, the listeners know your Chicago day is what won fantasy food here.
And I was just reliving the glory. But I found something new from Luminaldi's this time because my wife is she's a low carb person. She likes to keep the carbs in
She
check.
cares about herself.
Well, she's definitely got a little more of the old willpower than me. Even when the brunch bars came in, she's like, "I'll just take a hit," and she would like cut it in half. And I'm like,
I don't have
Rookie
that.
shit.
I just maul it.
yeah, I'm just gonna eat the damn thing.
Yeah.
And so I found they
I don't
have
halfway drive off the bridge.
yeah,
I fucking pedal down fucking Bo Duke shit off the side of that thing.
That's right.
Bo and Luke.
Yeah.
Duke.
You said Mo Luke.
I said Luke and Bo Duke.
Oh,
That was the version he watched.
okay.
Mo Luke.
That's what I thought I heard.
But I ordered up something. They have something there called a crustless pizza at Luminaldi's now in Chicago.
So they just fucking fling tomato sauce and some cheese on it?
I assumed crustless
much.
must have meant like the edge of the crust or something.
yeah.
And then I started doing some research. And what they do is they take a massive ball of their sausage and flatten it and create a pizza crust and even turn it up on the edges so it fills a pan.
And then they put
Then they
sauce
put
and cheese on it?
all the cheese and the tomatoes
Sounds pretty awesome.
and all
Yeah,
that
it does.
stuff. So I ordered one of these things thinking, let's see what's really going on. Because if you can find a loophole like that,
Well, it's from Chicago, so you're going to like it.
well, I was in regardless.
Yeah. Could have been a fucking cow patty, and he would have been fucking munching on it.
Like, ooh, he's got a Midwestern accent.
It was
Love
by
it.
my house. It's got an accent. Nice. I want that.
It's a Second City cow patty.
I want that
My
accent.
favorite.
I know how to get it.
Yeah.
Now there's an old school joke
That is
no
an
one's
old school
gonna
joke.
get. But so I ordered this thing, man, and it is like thick sausage all along the bottom, all along the sides, filled with cheese and then tomatoes and the whole thing. And when you cook it, the edge part, like around what you would consider the crust, not the base, gets crispy as shit and like gets charred and kind of burnt up. And then the bottom is just your typical sausage. It was amazing with the amount of cheese they put in there.
Yeah.
Seriously,
So
like,
it wasn't as like saucy as a Chicago pizza.
no, because it wouldn't
It
hold
couldn't
up.
be, yeah.
Yeah, but it still
Because the Chicago pizza is basically a bowl.
in a buttered ass bread.
That's right.
Yeah. So you lose all that butter bread flavoring, but I had it right next to the other Chicago
Yeah.
pizza and was like eating them interchangeably. Seriously, damn good.
Nice.
Like, they have figured it out because everyone else with the low carb pizza is trying to do like cauliflower
yeah.
crust and all kinds of weird shit, and people swear it's as good, and I'm like, it's not. It's just it can't
Yeah.
be.
It's not as good. It's good enough for the diet.
Yeah.
But
But to me, a thin crust is, if you're going to eat pizza, just eat a thin crust pizza.
that's what I do when I'm
'Cause
like,
to me, like, it's half the carbs and it's delicious. I
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like
with you on
feel
that
like
one.
I'm not giving up anything, but I feel like I'm still eating pizza and still getting to live the dream.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right. I've tricked my brain.
Yeah.
well, using meat as a crust, genius.
Yeah.
I was blown away at how damn
Atkins
good that
approved.
was. Yeah, heart attacks be damned. I just don't want to be fat.
Yeah.
I can die. So, I wholeheartedly recommend the Luminaldi's crustless pizza. If you're doing the low carb thing,
Order
but,
some up for us.
But you know what? That's what I should do.
You
should.
I should order everybody that stuff.
No, I meant us.
Well, you guys are everybody. I don't really.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good for me.
I don't have a whole lot of friends outside of this room.
Except the listeners, our devoted listeners.
Yes, which if they're
Thank you for being a friend.
yeah. So thank you guys so much for being a listener because it's always good to have listeners and more friends out there and about. I do like it when they reach out and send us topics
Hell yeah.
over at the Gmail account at insidethepalatehouse@gmail.com. Certainly a great way to get us some topics, and we would love to hear from more of you. You can always, though, reach out to us at Inside the Palate House. Geez, that's the same one.
Yeah.
At ITPH Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. I met a guy just the other night who said he wanted to do video editing. He was a Lyft driver.
Nice.
He was like, yeah, I'm just trying to do some video editing. I was like, hello. And so I took him over to, he goes, do you have an Instagram page? I was like, I do. Go over to ITPH Podcast. And he pulls it up. I'm sitting there in my driveway, and what does he see? He sees Vince Vaughn
Vaughn.
getting absolutely just
Destroyed.
Just railed.
ass humped
Yeah.
by what's
Or
that
humped.
dude's name?
Oh, the Fly.
Yeah.
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
So
right.
he's just getting pounded out by Goldblum, and this guy's like, "This is your podcast page," and I'm like, "I'm not in charge of the Instagram page."
Yeah.
Then he saw the Miata. He was like, all right, you just hear
Right.
squealing tires.
But it's
I'm
funny
out.
though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bit awkward, but you guys can go over
Yeah.
to at ITPH Podcast on Instagram or Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. So do head over there, and if you haven't had a chance to rate the show, please do so. We certainly would appreciate it if you did. It helps us move up the rankings. Not a bad thing for
Check
us.
out our Facebook page as well.
The Facebook page seems to get the most attraction if you
Yep.
want to send something in. We would love to hear from you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and week out, and we'll be talking to you next week. Thanks so much. Cheers.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?